Pilarino, and I want to talk to you today about tracing apps. In January and February, we Westerners were just criticizing the privacy issues around the big tech firms in the Asia Pacific that were using their technology and helping the government in tracing people's movements, citizen movements, in order to stop and flatten the curve around the coronavirus. And here we are today, and there's a long list of countries all over the world, from Australia over to Africa, over to Latin America, Argentina, North America, and in Europe, several countries that have their own mechanisms for tracing. Here in Switzerland, Swisscom, one of the largest telco operators, is alerting the government with signals where Swisscom users, more than 20 people, are gathering together. Seems innocent, relatively speaking. In the UK, the government is discussing with telco companies to collaborate on that front. At the pan-European level, we have an initiative called the Pan-European Privacy Preserving Proximity Initiative, and they're looking at how Singapore launched their Trace app. Singapore has had the Government Digital Services Initiative since 2016, and they were able during the crisis to launch several apps around where to find masks, where to buy other things, and the Trace app, where users voluntarily allowed to share their data, location data, proximity data, to the Ministry of Health in order to fight the spread and flatten the curve. The Ministry of Health promised to store that data only for 21 days. And on. There's a long article on 10, keeping tabs on what each country is doing. I will share in the comments the link there. The truth is that tracing apps are here to stay. It will be our new normal. Maybe tracing apps will become the responsibility of some organization like the UN or the World Health Organization if the member countries agree. But in the meantime, each country is developing its own app or collaboration or initiative to trace the movement of people and flatten the curve. This is an opportunity for advocacy. There are already 2 initiatives that have live technology that can be used. One is out of MIT, and it's called PACT, using cryptography, decentralized technology, Bluetooth technology to trace and flatten the curve. There's also one out of Switzerland called WeTrace. If we don't advocate for these types of technologies and these principles, what will win first is easy to implement. So here we have 3 choices. We either do nothing and we watch and we wait for a central instruction and a central enforced adoption of some tracing app or tracing framework. The second is we advocate strongly for adoption of these cryptographic and decentralized self-sovereign locker type of frameworks and technologies, for the adoption of those, and that becomes actually a real use case of blockchain technology. And the third one is we again wait for the creation of some type of new institution that typically comes out after a crisis that takes over these issues that are around health and privacy. We don't have one of those, and maybe this is what comes out of this crisis, much like the Federal Reserve was the institution that was created after the Great Depression. Stay tuned. Let's watch how this crisis unfolds and how GovTech is actually deployed. There is no question that technology at the government and the country level is on the rise, will be on the rise. The question is what kind, and the devil is always in the details. Thank you for listening.